Welcome to QSketchMetric tutorial. In this episode we will focus on manual parametrization of a DXF file. We'll closely follow the how-to guide from the QSketchMetric documentation. Alright, let's begin. First of all, what's needed? QCAD Professional. QCAD is the software we'll use for the parametrization. We parameterize the drawing once and we use it in our code. We can parameterize the drawing using the free trial version. And of course we need a DXF file to parameterize. I have prepared a file. It's side of the box, a wooden box you can cut out on the plotter machine. You can see it contains semicircles and few lines. There is nothing more to it. We'll try to parameterize it based on its length, or you can say height and width. Alright, let's follow the guide. First of all, open the DXF file. We already did that. We have opened the file. Second of all, add new layer called virtual layer. We need to add this layer. It's a crucial layer. It will help us parameterize the drawing. Everything that's on the virtual layer won't be rendered by our renderer. So yeah, that's the second step. Let's do it. New layer. I will follow how to guide theme, so we'll make it yellow. Alright, we have virtual layer. Alright, what's the next step? Add mtext entity. We'll need that to make the next user aware what variables are we using in our parameterization, and maybe we'll define some custom variables down the road. The custom variables that will help us parameterize the drawing. Let's do it. Draw text, and we need something like that. Let's modify it. Const, of course, and undefined are built-in, but what else we'll need? We'll need width. It's gonna be width of our box side, and height. We'll click OK and place the mtext entity somewhere here. Let's make it bigger. Let's say 20, just to see it better. We can leave it on the virtual layer, but we don't have to. We can place it actually on any layer you want. It won't be rendered, of course. What's the next step? Connect entities. Entities must be connected to each other. Arcs need to be connected by their center point. We don't have any circles. And lines. Let's connect it. The outer line is all connected, as you can see. But what about the middle? We need to connect it somehow. Of course, we don't want the connection to render, so we will connect it using the virtual layer. Go to the middle, and over here. So we make a connection from here to here to here, but there is no connection over here. There is no node connecting this line to this line, so we need to add one more line connecting to the left and to the right. It's not still connected. Arc needs to be connected in the center point. Let's connect the arc. And here. Also, this line is not connected. Let's connect it from the center point to line. Actually, we'll connect it from the both sides. I think we have everything connected. Let's check the next point. Oh, it's the final step. So, parametrization step. We will parameterize drawing, adding C parameter in the custom section. Let's start from the bottom line. The bottom line is easy. It's gonna be, it will have a length of width variable. So add custom property, name C, value width. And just like that, we have it parameterized. The top line will be, it will be the same. C and the value width. What about those lines? We want those lines to be equally aligned. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to divide height by 5. Let's declare a variable. It's gonna be easier this way. Let's call this line the height. Gonna be equal height divided by 5. Let's parameterize the height of those lines. Add a custom variable name C, value div height. What about those lines? How should we parameterize them? I would say let's make them constant, so they will never change. They will always have length of 40. How to do it? It's so easy. You just add new property name C and the value C, because value C, as we can see, is constant. It will keep the length that we have right now. It looks a bit tedious, but we can use a semi-automatic way to parameterize a file, but it's the material for the next video. For now, we are using just standard manual parameterization. Every line on the outer box is parameterized, but what about the inner hull? Well, to parameterize it, we need to parameterize the yellow lines first. So let's grab the yellow line. And what length we would like this to be? Of course, width divided by 2. Width divided by 2. This line we would like constant. So just like we did before, value C. Let's see our whole drawing. All right. What about the rest of the lines? All of the lines we want constant as well. So we don't want this hull to change. What about this line? This line we can of course parameterize using constant variable, but we don't have to. Actually, we can use undefined sign because we already have defined 2 points here and here, so the renderer will calculate for us. We don't need to calculate what's the width of this line if we have 2 points calculated already on the both sides. And what else? There is one more thing. We need to calculate arcs. To parameterize arcs, it's the same actually. For this value, you place the radius of the arc, and we don't want the radius to change, so we simply say make it constant. And here as well, like I say, using semi-automatic tool, it's much easier to parameterize a drawing. And check what's the next step. The next step is to validate the file using the QSketchMetric validator. Let's try to validate the file. But first of all, we need to set the variables. Declare width variable, let's say 1000 millimeters, and height as well 1000 millimeters. Choose a file, QSketchMetric examples, box site, and validate. Ooh, we have failed the validation process. No column found in line div height divide by 5. What's our problem? We can download debug report. Debug report will show us, but the problem lies here. There is a problem with this declaration of custom variable. We don't supposed to use equal sign, but a colon sign. All right, let's check. Yeah, that's our problem. Let's use the colon sign. Save the file and try to validate the file again. Box site, validate. Whoa, validation succeeded. Let's render the file and see how it rendered. How it rendered correctly. Yes, it did. Look. 1000 by 1000. Just like we wanted. And the box handle, it stayed the same. Length 400. Length 400. The yellow lines, of course, they didn't render it, and the mText entity as well didn't render it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope it helped. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can write to me an email, this email address, or make an issue on the GitHub page. Right, I'm sure we'll figure out something. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.